phone with a woman that I know is cheating with my man. I'm just not going to do that. Watching them interact, watching them have conversations is like watching her teach this woman how she wants.
Watching them talk is like seeing her show that woman exactly how she wants things to be. It is almost like a lesson in control, making sure everything goes exactly the way she envisions it. I even told her that. But to be honest, I just cannot sit in a room with someone who will look me in the eye and lie. That kind of energy is exhausting, and I refuse to entertain it any longer. Destiny and Tisha are completely over. And believe me, the way their friendship ended will leave you speechless. They were not just friends, they were like family, always standing by each other's side, no matter what. They had each other's backs through thick and thin, never letting outside noise come between them. But now, all of that is gone. What once was a strong bond has turned into nothing but tension, side eyes, and unspoken resentment. Destiny is not holding back anymore. She is making it very clear that Tisha is not the person people think she is. And Tisha? She is not staying quiet either. She is throwing just as much shade right back. This is not just a small misunderstanding. This is a full-blown fallout, and neither of them seems interested in fixing it. Everything started to fall apart because of jealousy, trust issues, and secrets they thought would never come out. But here is the real shocker. Destiny just sent out a warning, and it looks like she is done playing nice. Tisha might not be ready for what is coming next. How is everyone doing this morning? Better than you? That is a fair question. Because right now, I am standing outside the Madison County Courthouse, about to turn myself in. And look who is right here with me, my dad. He is always by my side, my biggest supporter. I hate this for him more than anything. I really do. Seeing the disappointment in his eyes is the hardest part of all of this. But if there is one thing—
Hear it.
What's that? What is that?
I have learned through everything I have been through, it is that I am one of God's strongest soldiers. If he brought me to it, he will bring me through it. Now, back to Destiny and Tisha. They had the kind of friendship that looked unbreakable. They were like sisters, always defending each other, no matter what drama was going on in Love and Marriage, Huntsville. But what people did not see was that the cracks were already forming behind the scenes. At first, it was nothing major, just small moments of tension that most people ignored. A side-eye here, an awkward pause there. Looking back now, those little moments were warning signs that this friendship was not as solid as it seemed. Destiny and Tisha had each other's backs for years. When things got messy, when people started choosing sides, they always stood together. But behind closed doors, things were shifting. Destiny started feeling like she was putting in more effort than she was getting back. And Tisha? She was beginning to question Destiny's true intentions. People close to them started noticing the distance. They were not hanging out as much. The calls became less frequent. The energy between them was different, off. Then came the moment that changed everything. Destiny stopped biting her tongue. She started letting little things slip, making comments that made it clear she was not as loyal to Tisha as everyone thought. And once the rumors started flying, there was no turning back. Destiny, who used to be Tisha's biggest supporter, started moving differently. She was not as quick to defend her anymore. She was not standing up for her in conversations like she used to. And people started noticing. It began with small things. Destiny staying quiet when Tisha was being dragged online, not speaking up when she normally would. Then, Destiny started getting a little too close to people who were not exactly Tisha's biggest fans. And that is when the real questions started. See, in the world of reality TV, loyalty is everything. It is not just about friendships. It is about alliances. It is about who you stand with when the drama starts. And for Tisha, seeing Destiny getting close to people who had so much to say about her, that felt like the ultimate betrayal. Because let's be real, once a friendship starts going down that road, there is usually no coming back. It was not just about what Destiny said or did. It was about the fact that she was no longer moving like someone who had Tisha's back. And for Tisha, that was enough to make her question everything. Then came the confrontation. Tisha was not just going off of rumors, she wanted to hear it straight from Destiny's mouth. Was she really switching sides? Was she still the same friend who had her back through everything? But when Destiny had the chance to clear things up, to shut everything down, she hesitated. And that hesitation said everything. Instead of standing firm, instead of looking Tisha in the eye and reassuring her, Destiny danced around the question. She did not exactly deny the rumors, but she did not fully own up to them either. And that was
Asking me was valid. Except for, I felt a little way about you got a pillow next to you, because I am a friend of the show. And it wasn't, in my mind, necessary.
All Tisha needed to know. Because let's be real, if you have to think twice about where your loyalty lies, then you have already made your choice. From that moment on, Destiny and Tisha were done. Tisha did not take it lightly. She felt betrayed, embarrassed, and honestly, she was hurt. This was not just some casual friendship. This was someone she considered family. And now, it was crumbling right in front of her eyes. And just when you thought things could not get any worse, the Love and Marriage, Huntsville reunion happened. And that is when everything really exploded. Carlos King was not about to let them dance around the issue, so he hit Destiny with the big question: were you ever truly loyal to Tisha? Destiny's response? It sent shockwaves through the entire room. Instead of a simple yes, of course, or Tisha was like a sister to me, Destiny's answer was complicated. She started talking about how friendships evolve, how things change, and how she felt like Tisha was not loyal to her either. But that was not the question. Carlos asked if she was loyal to Tisha, not the other way around. And instead of answering, Destiny dodged it. And in that moment, Tisha's face said it all. She looked done. The disappointment, the frustration, it was all there. Tisha called Destiny out for playing both sides, for not being honest, for entertaining people who were never on her team. And Destiny? She fired right back, saying Tisha was acting like the victim when she had her own messy moments too. It turned into a full-blown explosion that had the entire cast and the audience stunned. Friendship? Over. Trust? Gone. And moving forward, Destiny and Tisha are officially on opposite sides. And if Destiny's warning is anything to go by, this drama is far from over. The question now is, what comes next?
Different way of what it means to Teresa. I think, to your point, listen, I think anybody who watches the show can see that.
At first, it was nothing big, just small moments of tension that most people ignored. A side-eye here, a quiet pause there. But looking back now, those little moments were signs that this friendship was not as strong as it looked. Destiny and Tisha had each other's backs for years. No matter how messy the drama got or how many sides people picked, they always stood together. But behind the scenes, something was changing. Destiny started to feel like she was giving more than she was getting. And Tisha, she was slowly pulling away. People started to wonder about Destiny's true intentions. Those close to them began to notice the distance. They were not spending as much time together, the phone calls were not as often, and something about their energy felt different. Then came the moment that changed everything. Destiny stopped holding back. She started making small comments, letting little things slip, and it became clear she was not as loyal to Tisha as everyone thought. And once the rumors started spreading, there was no way to stop them. Now, let us talk about where things really fell apart. Destiny, who was once Tisha's biggest supporter, started to pull away. Destiny started acting differently. She was not so quick to stand up for Tisha. She was not supporting her like before, and people started to notice. At first, it was small things, Destiny staying quiet when others talked badly about Tisha, not speaking up when she normally would. But then, she started getting a little too close to people who did not really like Tisha. That is when the real questions began. In the world of reality TV, loyalty is everything. It can build friendships or break them apart. And for Destiny and Tisha, everything was about to change. It is not just about friendship. It is about loyalty and who you stand with when the drama starts. So for Tisha, seeing Destiny getting close to people who had so much to say about her felt like a huge betrayal. And to be honest, once a friendship starts going in that direction, there is usually no way to fix it. It was not just about what Destiny said or did. It was the way she stopped acting like someone who truly had Tisha's back. And for Tisha, that was enough to make her question everything. So what really happened? Did Destiny switch sides? Was she tired of always being the one defending Tisha, or was this just a friendship that had been crumbling for a while and it finally hit the breaking point? Either way, drama is just getting started. Everything that was asked to me was valid, except for I felt a little way about you got a pillow next to you because I am a friend of the show and it wasn't in my mind necessary for me to have my real relationship on because my current situation is. She was not even part of the show at that time, so I understand. But if you thought things were already bad, just wait until you hear what happened next. When Destiny was asked where her loyalty really stood, she hesitated. And that hesitation? It meant everything. Tisha was not just listening to rumors. She wanted to hear the truth straight from Destiny. Was she really choosing a different side? Was she still the same friend who always had her back through all the Love and Marriage, Huntsville drama? But when it was time to answer, Destiny had the chance to clear everything up and stop the rumors for good. But instead, she paused. And that pause, it said more than words ever could. Instead of standing strong, instead of looking Tisha in the eye and giving her the reassurance she needed, Destiny said something that completely shocked her. She did not fully deny the rumors, but she did not admit to them either. The way she avoided the question made one thing very clear. She was not trying to save their friendship anymore. And for Tisha, that was enough. Because to be honest, if you have to think twice about where you stand with a friend, do you really have one? If you have to question where your loyalty stands, then you have already made your choice. And from that moment on, Destiny and Tisha were no longer...
No, I hate to say this, but girl code is I'm not supposed to say this, but I'm gonna say it. It was okay when you felt like you were getting information.
It was okay.
And then for you to...
the friends. Tisha did not take it well. She felt betrayed, embarrassed, and most of all, deeply hurt. This was not just any friendship. They had been through so much together. And now, it was falling apart right in front of her eyes. But just when it seemed like things could not get any worse, the reunion happened. And that is when the truth finally came out. The Love and Marriage, Huntsville reunion brought the moment everyone had been waiting for. And let me tell you the tension was thick. You could feel it through the screen. The show makes it abundantly clear that Melissa wants to be the top dog. She craves the spotlight, always positioning herself at the center of the drama. However, the real struggle lies in the fact that Teresa consistently comes out on top, winning the battles and holding on to her status as the reigning queen of their social circle. Melissa, despite her best efforts, finds herself in Teresa's shadow, a position she simply cannot accept. Her frustration is palpable, and throughout the season, we see her navigating the complexities of their ongoing rivalry. One season, in particular, stands out as one of the most unforgettable in reality TV history. This was the season where Danielle Staub, a polarizing yet undeniably captivating personality, had some of her most infamous moments. Danielle's presence alone was enough to shake things up, but what transpired that season cemented its place in the show's legacy. The shocking moment came when Teresa told someone to pull another cast member's hair. This revelation alone was enough to send shockwaves through the audience. But what really caught my attention was the sheer excitement on Melissa's face. It wasn't just mild interest or curiosity, it was something deeper, something more telling. She was soaking up the drama, fully engaged in the moment. The second she heard what happened, her expression lit up as if to say, "Wait, she did what?" Melissa was reveling in the chaos, absorbing every ounce of the drama like a sponge. In her mind, she was probably thinking, "Oh, this is about to get serious." She wasn't merely a passive bystander. She was an eager spectator, ready to watch the unfolding disaster. It was as if she thrived in the tension, feeding off the discord that these situations created. This moment revealed so much about her dynamic with Teresa. Melissa may have resented Teresa's dominant role, but she also thrived on the spectacle of their rivalry. And then, we shift gears to another explosive confrontation, this time orchestrated by Carlos King, a master at extracting the truth. Carlos was not about to let anyone dodge the tough questions. He had a knack for cutting through the noise, for pinpointing the exact issue that needed addressing. And this time, his focus was on Destiny and her loyalty, or lack thereof, to Tisha. Carlos wasted no time getting to the root of the matter. He looked Destiny straight in the eye and asked the question that had been lingering in the air for so long. Were you ever truly loyal to Tisha? It was a moment of truth, a defining instance that had the power to reshape relationships and change perceptions. Destiny had a choice in that moment. She could have given a simple, straightforward answer. She could have said, "Yes, of course. Tisha was like a sister to me." That response would have been clean, reassuring, and easy to digest. But that's not what happened. Instead, Destiny's response sent shockwaves through the entire room. Rather than giving a clear yes or no, she took a different approach, one that only added layers of confusion to an already tense situation. Instead of affirming her loyalty, she veered into an explanation about how friendships evolve over time, how people grow apart, and how, in her eyes, Tisha was not entirely loyal to her either. It was a complete deflection, a response that raised more questions than it answered. This time, could it be that she was aware of things that no one else knew? And now that she feels betrayed, is she willing to expose them? These are the questions everyone is asking. And based on Destiny's cryptic messages, the answers might not be too far off. It is no secret that Martell has a complicated history when it comes to relationships. His past is filled with controversy, from his high-profile breakup with Melody to the ongoing drama surrounding his personal life. And through it all, Destiny remained someone he could count on. But now, that trust appears to be broken. And if there is one thing we have learned about Destiny, it is that when she is done, she is done. One of the most interesting things about this situation is that Destiny has not outright stated what she knows. She has not laid all her cards on the table just yet. But the fact that she is even hinting at it is enough to send a clear message. She is no longer keeping quiet for anyone's sake. The fallout from this could be huge. If Destiny does decide to reveal what she knows, it could change the way people see Martell forever. And while he has faced plenty of controversy before, this time, it is different. This time, the person who might expose him is someone who was once considered a close friend. That changes everything. As for Tisha, she has remained relatively quiet about all of this. But those who know her best say that she is not one to let things slide. If Destiny is putting her on blast, there is a strong chance that Tisha will have something to say in return. And that means we could be looking at an all-out war between people who once considered themselves family. Destiny has had enough, and she recently sent out a warning that made everyone stop and pay attention. She made it very clear that if certain people keep playing with her name, she is ready to expose everything. And when people started asking if Martell was one of those people, she did not deny it. Let us not forget, Martell has a history of being messy. He has been in the middle of some of the biggest scandals on love and marriage, Huntsville, and he is known for burning bridges. But if Destiny really has some secrets about him, things could get very interesting. Things could get messy very quickly, and the timing is what really has people talking. Destiny is suddenly speaking up right after her fallout with Tisha, and social media is full of opinions. One person commented, "Destiny is finally realizing that Tisha was never really her friend. She just wanted someone to support her when it was convenient. The truth always comes out." Another person wrote, "Tisha acts like she is the victim, but let us not forget how she has treated other people on the show." Nobody is saying Destiny is perfect, but many people understand why she is distancing herself. One person commented, "I do not blame Destiny for stepping back. She is seeing things clearly now." Another added, "If Destiny really has proof against Martell, she needs to share it. That man has been messy from the start, and I would not be surprised if he did her wrong too." If Destiny is truly ready to expose Martell, that means she has receipts. And if she decides to reveal them, this whole situation could spiral out of control. Which brings us to the real question, is this just the beginning of something even bigger? So, what happens next? Will Destiny reveal even more? Will Tisha fight back? And is Martell about to get dragged even deeper into this? One thing is clear, this drama is far from over. And if the rumors are true, the biggest surprises have not even come out yet. Let us be real, Destiny knows a lot. And if she is truly done being quiet, there are definitely people who should be very nervous right now. What do you think? Is Destiny's warning a sign that more secrets are about to come out? And who will be caught in the middle next? Do you think is really in the wrong here, Destiny or Tisha? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation is just getting started, and trust me, this is only the beginning.